Ladies and gentlemen, if you truly desire to transform your life, there is a single, powerful challenge I place before you today. Do this for the next 90 days. First, fix your mind upon a single, definite purpose. Not a half-hearted wish, not a passing daydream, but a purpose that burns in your heart like a living fire. Decide now, and write it down with the clarity of a man charting a course through a stormy sea. Second, act. Act every single day without exception. Let no day end without a deliberate step toward that goal. Big or small, easy or difficult, act. Action repeated daily breaks through every barrier known to man. Third, feed your mind upon your dream morning and night. Affirm it, see it, taste it in your imagination. Make it as real as the beating of your own heart. The mind, when fed a vision with faith and repetition, must bring it into reality. Fourth, guard your thoughts as a king guards his crown. Permit no discouragement, no doubt, no fear to find lodging in your mind. You are the master of your fate because you are the master of your thoughts. Fifth, meet every obstacle not with despair, but with determination. Obstacles are not roadblocks. They are tests. They are the proving grounds where the weak are separated from the strong. Greet them with gratitude, for they are signs that you are advancing. Sixth, measure yourself. Each evening account for your actions. Did you move closer today? Did you falter? Correct your course immediately, not tomorrow, not someday. Immediately, 90 days. In the grand journey of your life, 90 days is but the blink of an eye. But what you can accomplish, who you can become in these 90 days, can alter the entire course of your destiny. The clock has started ticking. Will you rise? Will you commit? Will you do TSIS for the next 90 days? The future is waiting to see. Definite purpose is the starting point of all achievement. It is the first cause, the seed from which all great success grows. Without it, a person drifts through life like a ship without a rudder, subject to the tides of chance and the whims of circumstance. But with it, life becomes a directed force, a straight and unstoppable current, aimed precisely at a single destination. To have a definite purpose is to possess a magnetic force that draws to you the people, circumstances, and resources necessary for its achievement. It transforms mere wishes into burning desires and idle hopes into tangible realities. When you select a definite purpose, it must be clear, precise, and personal. It must become so real in your mind that you feel its presence even though it is not yet visible to the eyes of others. It must be your own, chosen by the deepest desires of your heart, not the idle suggestions of society or the opinions of those who do not understand your destiny. When you choose it, you must commit to it with all the energy of your being. Half-hearted purpose achieves nothing. Only a purpose embraced with full faith and determination can summon the powers within you that are capable of greatness. Every morning, your definite purpose should be the first thought you allow into your mind. Every night, it should be the last. You must breathe it, think it, live it until it becomes the dominating obsession of your daily life. Every action, every choice, every decision must be measured against this purpose. Ask yourself constantly, does this move me closer to my goal? If the answer is yes, proceed with boldness. If the answer is no, discard it without hesitation. For time is too precious and life too short to waste on anything that does not advance your mission. Your definite purpose must be big enough to excite you, to stir your soul into action, yet clear enough that you know exactly what it is you are pursuing. A vague dream produces vague results. A precise aim produces definite achievements. Success demands specificity and life demands commitment. Let there be no doubt, no hesitation, and no divided loyalty in your mind. You cannot serve two masters. Choose your purpose and serve it with all the power you can summon. Understand that once you have declared your purpose to yourself and to the universe, forces will begin to move. You will find opportunities where before you saw obstacles. You will meet individuals who can open doors that once appeared closed. Events will arrange themselves in ways that seem almost magical. But remember, the universe helps those who help themselves. Action must accompany belief. Effort must follow desire. Discipline must walk hand in hand with dreams. Doubt and fear will surely arise along the path, as they do for all who dare to live boldly. But when your purpose is definite, When it is woven into your very soul, no fear can conquer you, no setback can defeat you. You will stand firm in the face of adversity because you are no longer driven by shallow wishes. You are moved by an unstoppable inner necessity. In truth, the choice of a definite purpose is the act of declaring to life itself, I am the master of my fate. I will not drift. I will not wait for luck. I will shape my destiny according to the burning desire of my heart. And when you declare it with conviction and back it with unwavering action, life will bend to your will, doors will open, mountains will move, circumstances will shift. If you do not yet know your definite purpose, search for it with all the urgency you would use if your life depended on it, because in many ways it does. Success, fulfillment, happiness, all these are reserved for those who have the courage to choose their purpose and live for it completely. Be bold. Choose, commit, and let nothing stop you. Because once you have a definite purpose, you have lit a fire within yourself that no storm can extinguish. Daily action is the bridge between dreams and reality. It is not enough to think great thoughts, to envision success, or to hope for a better future. Dreams without action remain fantasies, and intentions without deeds fade like mist under the sun. Every man or woman who has ever achieved anything of lasting value has understood this eternal truth. Consistent daily action, no matter how small in the moment, compounds into extraordinary results over time. It is the invisible hand that shapes destiny, the relentless hammer that carves monuments out of raw stone. Taking daily action is an act of discipline, a declaration to yourself and to the world that you are serious about your purpose. It is easy to act when you feel inspired, when energy is high and obstacles seem distant. But true mastery, true achievement, comes from acting on the days you don't feel like it, on the days when you are tired, discouraged, or distracted, when excuses crowd your mind and the temptation to delay whispers seductively in your ear. That is when daily action matters most, because every time you choose action over apathy, you strengthen your will. Every time you move forward when it would be easier to stand still, you are building a habit of success that no external circumstance can shake. Daily action does not demand perfection. It demands movement. Forward movement, no matter how slight. One small step, taken every day, builds a path across mountains. Success is not the result of giant, heroic efforts made once in a lifetime. It is the result of steady, faithful effort applied over weeks, months, and years. Those who wait for perfect conditions before acting will wait forever. Those who act daily, even in imperfect conditions, will eventually bend the world to their vision. When you commit to daily action, you align yourself with the unstoppable rhythm of nature itself. The sun rises every day without fail. The rivers flow every day toward the sea. The seeds in the soil reach upward every day, unseen by human eyes, until they burst into life. Nature does not rush, yet everything is accomplished. So it is with your dreams. The steady drip of water will hollow the hardest stone. The steady application of effort will conquer the highest peak. Every evening, you must be able to look yourself in the eye and say, today I honored my purpose. Today, I moved closer to my goal. Let this simple self-assessment become your nightly ritual. And if ever a day passes without action, do not indulge in guilt or self-pity. Simply recommit and begin again the next morning with renewed vigor. The past is dead, only today holds power. Daily action also has a way of revealing paths that were hidden when you first began. Often we cannot see the entire journey from where we stand. But as we move forward each day, new opportunities arise, new strengths emerge, and doors we could not have imagined swing open. Action clarifies. Action builds momentum. Action invites luck and multiplies possibility. Let no day end without a deliberate act in service of your dream. Even if you can only spare 10 minutes, let those 10 minutes be filled with focused, determined effort. For it is far better to do a little every day than to do much once in a while. Success belongs to those who show up day after day, long after the excitement has faded and the early enthusiasm has worn off. Those who understand the power of daily action do not worry about how fast they are progressing, because they know progress is inevitable. They do not fear failure, because they know that failure is merely feedback, a lesson to be learned on the way to mastery. They do not envy the success of others because they are too busy building their own. Remember this: a single day of inaction seems harmless, but many days of inaction strung together create a lifetime of regret. Conversely, a single day of focused action seems insignificant, but many days of action, stacked one upon another, create a life of greatness. You hold in your hands the most powerful tool for transformation ever known, the ability to act today. Use it wisely. Use it daily. And one day, sooner than you dare believe, you will look back and realize that you have become the person you once only dreamed of becoming. The future is built one action at a time, and it starts now. Autosuggestion is the silent architect of your destiny, working behind the scenes of your mind to mold your beliefs, your habits, and ultimately your reality. It is the process by which you influence your subconscious mind through deliberate repetition of thoughts, affirmations, and mental images. Whether you realize it or not, you are constantly using autosuggestion. Every thought you dwell upon, every belief you reinforce, every word you speak to yourself, all of it is programming the invisible machinery of your subconscious, which in turn directs your actions, your decisions, and your outcomes. To use autosuggestion with power, you must first become conscious of it. You must recognize that the mind is fertile soil, and whatever seeds you plant there will grow, whether they are seeds of courage or seeds of fear, seeds of success or seeds of failure. The subconscious does not judge, it accepts whatever you feed it with emotion and repetition. If you constantly tell yourself you are not good enough, if you visualize failure, if you accept defeat in your thoughts before you even begin, your subconscious will faithfully carry out that vision. But if you deliberately plant thoughts of victory, of abundance, of unstoppable confidence, your subconscious will just as faithfully work to bring those into being. The method is simple, yet few have the discipline to use it properly. Every morning upon waking and every night before sleep, when the mind is most receptive, you must declare aloud, with emotion, with belief, the statements that affirm your definite purpose. You must see yourself already in possession of the success you seek. You must speak as though it were already true, feel as though it were already achieved, believe as though there could be no other outcome. In doing so, you bypass the defenses of the conscious mind and implant commands directly into the subconscious. Do not simply repeat words mechanically. Words without belief are lifeless. Speak your affirmations with the feeling of certainty. Imagine the excitement of your goal realized. Taste it, hear it, see it vividly. Emotion is the carrier that delivers your suggestions into the depths of your mind where they can take root and grow. Repetition without emotion is like scattering seeds on hard, rocky ground. But repetition infused with deep feeling plants those seeds in rich, fertile soil. Autosuggestion requires faith, not blind faith, but faith built through action and experience. As you begin to see small results, your belief will grow stronger. As your belief strengthens, your results will multiply. It becomes a virtuous cycle. Suggestion builds belief. Belief drives action, action creates evidence, and evidence deepens belief even further. Understand this: if you do not consciously use autosuggestion to your advantage, it will be used against you by the world around you. Negative news, discouraging words from others, past failures. These can implant suggestions of doubt and fear if you are not vigilant. You must become the gatekeeper of your mind, allowing in only that which strengthens your purpose and rejecting anything that weakens it. You must feed your subconscious with deliberate, empowering thoughts every single day, just as you nourish your body with food and water. Over time, the suggestions you impress upon your mind will harden into belief, and belief will manifest into reality. You will find yourself taking bold actions you once hesitated to take. You will develop a resilience and a certainty that others admire, but cannot understand. It will seem to them as though you possess some rare inner magic, but you will know it is simply the result of disciplined autosuggestion practiced faithfully, day after day. When your thoughts are aligned with your purpose, when your affirmations are filled with passion, and when your mental images are vivid and persistent, there is no limit to what you can achieve. You will become a magnet for the circumstances, the opportunities, and the people you need. You will act with a confidence that moves mountains. You will achieve what others said was impossible. Your mind is the master key to your success. Through the power of autosuggestion, you hold that key firmly in your hands. Use it, direct it, command it, and it will open doors to a future more magnificent than anything you have yet dared to dream. Mastering your mind is the foundation of mastering your life. Every great achievement, every towering success, every enduring triumph first began as a thought, and so it follows that the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your destiny. Your mind is your most powerful tool, but it can also be your greatest enemy if left undisciplined. Without control, it drifts, it doubts, it fears, and it sabotages. With control, it becomes a laser-focused weapon, cutting through obstacles and forging new realities at will. The battle for success is not fought in the world first. It is fought and won within the silent chambers of your own mind. To master your mind is to take full responsibility for the thoughts you permit to dwell there. You must realize that you are not your thoughts, you are the master of your thoughts. Just as a gardener removes the weeds so the flowers may grow, you must uproot every negative, fearful, or limiting thought before it takes hold. You must become vigilant, standing guard at the gates of your mind, allowing in only that which serves your purpose and strengthens your resolve. The mind, by its very nature, seeks direction. If you do not give it clear, intentional commands, it will wander aimlessly, chasing distractions, reacting to circumstances, absorbing the doubts and fears of others. But when you take conscious control and direct your thoughts with precision and determination, your mind becomes an obedient servant, working tirelessly to fulfill your dominant desires. It is not a question of whether your mind is working. It is always working. The question is, what is it working toward? The process of mastering your mind demands constant awareness. You must be ruthless with yourself. When you catch yourself slipping into doubt, you must immediately replace that thought with one of strength. When fear creeps in, you must confront it with courage. When discouragement whispers in your ear, you must answer with the voice of unwavering belief. It is through this daily, hourly, minute-by-minute discipline that you forge an unbreakable mind. Your emotions, too, must be mastered, for they are the fuel that powers your thoughts. Allowing anger, fear, envy, or despair to dominate your emotional state is like pouring poison into the engine of your success. Instead, cultivate emotions that uplift and empower you: gratitude, determination, joy, faith. Emotions are not random, they are the byproduct of your focus. Change what you focus on, and you change how you feel. Change how you feel consistently, and you change who you become. There will be days when the outside world seems to conspire against your dreams, when obstacles mount and failure appears imminent. These are the moments that separate those who master their minds from those who are mastered by circumstance. In these moments, you must turn inward, not outward. You must strengthen your resolve, double your focus, and remember that your external world is but a reflection of your internal world. Change your mind, and you change your life. Mastery of the mind is not a destination but a lifelong journey. It requires daily practice, relentless honesty, and an unyielding commitment to growth. It means reading the right books, surrounding yourself with positive influences, feeding your mind with knowledge and wisdom, and above all, believing without hesitation in your own power to shape your fate. When you have mastered your mind, you move through life with a quiet, unstoppable force. You no longer react, you create. You no longer fear, you act with faith. You no longer doubt, you know. And this knowing, this deep inner certainty, draws to you all that you seek. Understand that your mind will accept whatever you feed it, whether success or failure, abundance or scarcity, courage or fear. Feed it only that which aligns with the highest vision you hold for your life. Be deliberate, be fierce, be unwavering. For he who masters his mind masters everything. Persistence is the iron quality of character that separates those who merely wish from those who achieve. It is the hidden force that stands behind every triumph the world has ever celebrated. Without persistence, even the greatest talents are wasted. The most brilliant plans collapse, and the strongest dreams wither and die. But with persistence, Even the most ordinary person can scale heights that once seemed unreachable. It is persistence that transforms defeat into victory, failure into stepping stones, obstacles into mere detours on the path to greatness. The truth is simple but harsh. The journey toward any worthy goal will be riddled with hardship. You will encounter setbacks, critics, delays, and unforeseen difficulties. There will be times when progress seems invisible, when effort feels futile, and when everything inside you screams to quit. It is at these precise moments that persistence proves its worth. When the majority turn back, the persistent move forward. When others surrender their dreams to fear or fatigue, the persistent sharpen their focus and redouble their efforts. Persistence is not stubbornness. Stubbornness is blind resistance without learning or adapting. Persistence is intelligent endurance. It is fueled by a clear purpose, guided by feedback, and flexible enough to change tactics without ever changing the ultimate goal. Persistence knows that one no does not mean failure, that one defeat does not define destiny, that one dark day does not eclipse a lifetime of achievement. Those who persist understand that the game is won not by those who never fall, but by those who rise again and again, stronger each time. The persistent individual expects resistance, anticipates hardship, and prepares for struggle. He does not hope the road will be easy. He prepares himself to be stronger than whatever obstacles appear. He embraces the challenge, knowing that every trial overcome adds new strength to his character, new wisdom to his mind, and new momentum to his journey. Persistence is the invisible hand that pushes you forward when the world seems to be pushing you back. Success often comes just after the moment most people quit. It arrives when the night is darkest, when the body is weary, when the doubts are loudest. The sad truth is that many give up inches from the goal, mistaking temporary defeat for permanent failure. But the persistent know better. They know that adversity is not a signal to quit, but a signal to dig deeper. They understand that pressure creates diamonds, that storms precede harvests, and that every great story includes chapters of struggle. Persistence demands that you tie yourself emotionally and mentally to your purpose so strongly that quitting is not an option. It means you look at obstacles as mere hurdles, not walls. It means you refuse to take counsel from fear, from temporary discomfort, or from the small minds of those who cannot see your vision. It means you are willing to suffer, to sacrifice, to stumble if necessary, but never to stop. Persistence is also a daily habit. It is built in the small decisions made consistently over time. It is saying yes to your purpose when distractions beckon, when comfort tempts, when lesser goals dangle themselves before you like easy prizes. It is waking up every day and choosing again and again to honor your commitment, even when motivation has left, even when the initial excitement has faded, even when the results seem slow to come. In those moments, persistence is your anchor. If you persist long enough, you will discover an astonishing truth. Your very persistence makes you worthy of success. The world yields to those who refuse to yield. Life respects those who refuse to be defeated. Opportunity eventually comes to those who keep knocking. Breakthroughs arrive for those who keep moving forward long after others have sat down in surrender. Understand this talent is common, intelligence is common, dreams are common, but persistence, true, unwavering, unbreakable persistence, is rare. And it is this rarity that makes it so powerful. The road will not always be easy, but if you persist, the road will always be forward. In the end, persistence is not just what gets you to your goal. It is what transforms you into the kind of person who deserves the goal. It shapes your spirit, toughens your mind, and molds your character. It burns away weakness and leaves behind strength. It is persistence that writes the story of your greatness, a story that cannot be denied, delayed, or destroyed. Persist, and nothing can stop you. Persist, and your dreams will, in time, surrender to your will. Accountability is the mirror that every true achiever must face each day. It is the unwavering force that demands you answer for your actions, your choices, your results, and your failures. Without accountability, dreams are reduced to empty wishes, efforts become aimless, and goals are easily abandoned. But with accountability, you are forced to stand tall, to confront yourself with honesty, and to make the necessary corrections that transform your potential into tangible success. Accountability is not a punishment. It is the highest form of self-respect. It is saying to yourself and to the world, I am responsible for what I become. There is no greatness without accountability, because greatness demands consistent action, and action without evaluation quickly drifts into mediocrity. The man who holds himself accountable measures his steps, learns from his errors, and corrects his course without waiting for circumstances to force his hand. He does not blame others, nor does he look outward for excuses. He looks inward for answers. He understands that his success or failure rests in his own hands, and that the moment he tries to shift responsibility elsewhere, he surrenders his power. The most dangerous thing a person can do on the journey to success is to deceive themselves. It is easy to convince yourself that you are doing all you can when you are not. It is easy to mistake business for productivity, excuses for reasons, and temporary setbacks for permanent barriers. Accountability strips away these illusions. It demands that you face the raw truth of your performance and your decisions without softening, without justification, without pity. It is ruthless, but it is also liberating, because once you know exactly where you stand, you know exactly how to improve. Accountability must begin within, but it can be strengthened by external means as well. Wise men and women place themselves under the scrutiny of mentors, coaches, partners, people who will not accept their excuses, who will demand the best from them, who will speak the hard truths when necessary. To invite such accountability is a sign not of weakness, but of incredible strength. It is the recognition that pride unchecked is the enemy of progress, and that true growth often comes from hearing what we least want to hear. A person without accountability lives at the mercy of whims, moods, and shifting motivations. One day they work hard, the next they slack off. One day they are filled with fire, the next they are paralyzed by doubt. But a person with accountability, both internal and external, does not rely on fleeting feelings. They are governed by a standard, a commitment, a vow to themselves that is renewed daily. They do not permit themselves to fall far before correcting course, because they know someone, most importantly themselves, will demand an answer for their behavior. Accountability transforms mistakes into lessons. Without it, mistakes pile up, compounding into regret. With it, every failure is analyzed, learned from, and used as fuel for future success. Accountability ensures that each day counts, that no effort is wasted, and that each action is aligned with the ultimate purpose. It prevents drift. It prevents complacency. It prevents the slow, creeping death of dreams that comes from ignoring the small lapses of discipline that eventually become major defeats. You must learn to be your own sternest judge and your own greatest advocate. You must praise yourself when you earn it, and only when you truly earn it. And you must correct yourself swiftly when you fall short. Hold yourself to a higher standard than anyone else would dare to impose on you. Set expectations for yourself that demand your very best, and refuse to accept anything less. Accountability is not about being perfect. It is about being honest. It is about recognizing when you are off track and taking immediate action to correct it. It is about refusing to lie to yourself, to rationalize failure, or to let yourself off the hook when you know you could have done better. It is about embracing the truth, however uncomfortable, because you know that only through truth can you grow. The man or woman who makes accountability a way of life becomes unstoppable. They become trustworthy, reliable, respected, not because they are infallible, but because they are willing to face their flaws and work relentlessly to overcome them. They become leaders because others instinctively trust those who take full ownership of their actions. You are the architect of your future. Every day, every choice, every action lays another brick in the foundation of your destiny. Accountability ensures that each brick is placed with precision, purpose, and pride. It ensures that you do not wake up one day to find that you have built something you did not intend. Take full accountability for your dreams. Take full accountability for your actions. Take full accountability for your life. In doing so, you seize the ultimate power, the power to create yourself into anything you dare to envision. Now you stand at the threshold of a decision that will shape the course of your destiny. 90 days. That is all it will take to transform your life if you will act with unwavering commitment. Over the past minutes, you have been handed the keys. A definite purpose that gives direction to your life, daily action that carves progress into your soul, the force of autosuggestion to command your subconscious, the discipline to master your mind against every stray thought, the iron will of persistence to keep moving through every storm, and the unbreakable shield of accountability to hold yourself to the highest standard. If you will seize these principles, not in theory but in fierce, relentless action, you will find that 90 days can create a momentum that nothing can stop. 90 days of focus can rewire your thinking, sharpen your habits, strengthen your spirit, and set you apart from the masses who drift through life hoping for luck. You are not here to hope. You are here to choose. You are here to act. You are here to claim what is already waiting for you. If only you will pay the price in discipline, in persistence, in faith. Make the decision now that you will not waste another day. Make the decision now that you will burn your excuses, silence your doubts, and move forward no matter what. Make the decision now that you will take full control of your mind, your actions, and your future. 90 days of unbreakable commitment can create a life that others will marvel at, but only you will truly understand. Because you will know the price you paid, the battles you fought, and the relentless spirit that carried you to victory. This is your time. This is your call to greatness. Do this for the next 90 days, and I promise you, you will not recognize the person you become. You will have stepped into your power. You will have ignited the fire of a new life. Now, the only question that remains is simple: will you decide, and will you begin today?